Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Leaders Circle, brought to you by the Radio and Broadcast Committee of the University of Ghana Law School. The Leaders Circle is a platform where we sit with the current LSU executives, dive into their leadership journey, challenges, values, as well as their behind the scenes as law students. My name is Martina Rasa Salifus, and this once more is the Leaders Circle. Our executive for today is Ali Abubakar Sadick. In his free time, you catch him playing mobile phone games. He also likes the gymnasium. He believes in financial literacy, transparency, and accountability. He is the guardian of the union's co-first. Welcome, Sadick. Please correct me if I'm wrong with your name.
Yeah, thank you, though. Yeah, you won't get the pronunciation well, but that's okay.
Okay. Let's dive straight into the questions. Well, for now, I want to know a little bit about yourself, your pre-tertiary days, and then your early days as a law student here.
So, I started life in Nkoko, a town in the eastern region of Ghana. There I attended my junior high school and primary education at Nkoko Presbyterian Junior High School and Primary School. Then I moved to Tamale, to Tamale Senior High School, the best school in the northern Ghana. That is where I studied.
Okay.
So going to Tamale was my first time in northern Ghana, though I'm a northerner myself. So it was a new experience, and it was a great experience, formed part of the major part of my life. Yes. So from Tamale Senior High School, there was a year gap, which I won't talk much about.
Okay.
Then I came to the University of Ghana
Law School.
School of Law, and here I am.
Here you are as the treasurer.
Thank you.
As the treasurer, current treasurer. Right. So before we dive into you studying, being a law student and all, I'd want you to talk about, your policies. I texted you on WhatsApp one time, and you told me that one of your policies is to share a periodic sharing of anything we need to know about what you guys are up to. So
okay, we haven't shared anything so far, but we can assure you that like the law school populace is not far behind on things, and next month we are going to share the financial statements so far, the budgets for the law week, and everything to the student populace. So everyone will have a view of what we have so far and what is going on within the union office.
But honestly, it feels like you are keeping them, because the previous administration, they were really swift about sharing their periodic.
The previous administration wasn't sharing their periodic review of financial statements. It was budgets. It's different.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay, you said something about financial education as well.
So I realized that we have a lot of experienced mind in this faculty, especially the PhDs. Now, what I was thinking of was having a financial literacy, the post-first degrees, the evening students.
Right.
I realized we have a lot of experienced mind in these PhD students, and we could tap in that. We have people who are accountants, people who are at the Bank of Ghana and all. So I was thinking we could have a section of a financial literacy seminar in the Law Week celebration. But for now, that is not certain and concrete yet. But we have the Financial Procurement Committee, which the adult Tamakulo-led administration had set up. And this committee is doing marvelous, as in they are guiding the executives in the spending and everything, and all action of the union. In few days, the procurement committee will send out forms out for all students who have any business idea, any service they provide, to fill in the form so that we can actually procure from them. I think it's reasonable that if we have people in this faculty who can provide services to us, then we should actually procure it from them rather than going outside. So if we are able to get out students who have these services or these entrepreneurship ideas, whether you're a designer, you do pastries, anything that is necessary that we will need for the running of the second semester. If you have any of those things, you do any of those things, you're a photographer, whatever it is, just come on board. Let's see what you have, and we'll compare it to the service providers that we have available, and that would be great too.
But what about working with the Publicity Committee? They are into flyer making, so maybe the brains behind publicizing financial education here at the law school could be the procurement committee, right? They would maybe come up with, because we can't really get the post-first degree students on board at the moment, as you're already saying.
I'm not saying we can't get them on board. Okay. I'm saying that it's not yet something which we had set up, but I'm not saying we can get them on board. There are a lot of PhDs who will actually come for programs or volunteer to help us in our activities. So with talking about the publicity committee, no committee set up in this administration works independently. They all work hands in hands. When it comes to mooting, the moot would also need events committee to help them. They need publicity committee. Anything that we are going to send out, there will be publicity committee's hand in that. So it is not as if they are going to do an independent work without the other committees. No, it is actually a kind of a network of activities which all these committees help in bringing out.
Okay, so for now, let's take a step back to you being a law student. Some of us will want to know your study techniques.
Well, I'm not the best student to actually give a study technique, but more like I will share lessons that I learned from my mistakes.
Okay.
One important thing about your study here in law school is that you have to manage your time. You need more time with your books. And failure to plan, you will find yourself wanting. I think the difference between the first class students, the Lebanese scholars, and we is the fact that they plan and they give more time to reading the law on average. So for my study technique, I believe in writing whatever you are reading. It is so necessary to your studies as a law student. Because back in senior high school, I hardly write anything I'm reading. It is only when I'm doing a maths, which I actually love maths. Okay. Yeah, maths is my favorite course.
I can also relate to that.
Yes. So it's only when I'm doing maths that I write. If not, I would just read. But from my first semester in the law school, I realized that that's not helping. Because I'll be in the exams hall, then I remember the fact of the case, but I don't even remember the name.
Name of the case or the judge's name.
Nothing, and it actually felt weird. So the best option or the best choice that I made was writing, because if you write down what you are learning, you write down the case, the name of the case plus the case brief. It helps you remember what you have actually studied, and you don't easily forget the case that you have read. Okay. So I think that's the best study technique that you can go by. Write what you are reading, read more, start early, just start early. That's so it's not as if I'm using it to do, more of an advice, but for now I'm actually using it now.
So he's not really using it, but he's actually using it, more of an advice. Okay, fine. So let's dive into anything crypto. Okay,
so when it comes to finances, one area that I think Ghana is far behind is the cryptocurrencies. It is something which is new. It's new in the world. Countries have adjusted to this. UK has legislation for crypto. US do. For China, it is banned in China. For their own reasons. Yes. But I think it is something that is here to stay. It is not going away. The Bitcoin, Ethereum, all forms of cryptos.
So is crypto an investment platform?
It can be everything. It can be a trading investment platform.
Okay, a trading investment platform, and the others.
It's also an exchange. It just works like money.
So so it's not like maybe dollar dominated or cedi dominated or yen dominated.
I don't know how to relate this question to crypto though. But what I can see about cryptocurrency is that it is non-centralized, not country governing it. But it doesn't mean that regulations can't affect them. No, because countries have regulations. They even tax cryptos in some countries. It's now a very famous form of exchanges. Okay. So people exchange buy things through BTC and through any other form of crypto.
Okay.
So if we are talking about cryptocurrency, I would like us to talk more about the exchange aspect. Let's not deal with the investment or the trading aspect because of how volatile they are.
Okay.
And before you go into dealing with anything of that sort, you'd have to learn very well and know much about it. So the Bank of Ghana currently has issued years, is it a year back, they brought out a directive which actually suggests that we don't really recognize crypto in the country.
Why? What was their justification? Or they didn't state any justification?
I don't think there's a justification though. The idea of crypto was something that various countries kicked against due to the fact that the central government doesn't really have excessive control over it. But if the Bank of Ghana is saying that they are going to bring out a directive and regulations that will govern the cryptocurrency.
Okay,
so it means that we are actually making a step forward in recognizing this form of exchange in our country.
Okay. So let's come slightly back to campus here. We can attest to the fact that the first years were supposed to come last year, right? But then they had delayed, I think it was the release of the Awasi results that had delayed their entry. So that postponement of the reopening dates or the opening dates for the first years of freshers, that postponement, the period, that grace period, that unplanned grace period they had, is it very advantageous to them? Advantageous as in their parents having more time to gather finances, they having more time to go through their academic calendars, something like that. Is it more? I
don't think it makes any difference. Yes, I do agree that period might make some form of, it might increase some people's financial positions but I don't think it actually made much change. For me, I think it was quite of an inconvenience because...
Inconvenience to who?
To the continuing students and the students who came in. As in, many departments had already planned their activities, but they had to adjust. For us, we had to also adjust to bring in some programs that we didn't think of.
But I'm referring to the first years.
Yes, for them, because it is not just for them alone. We planned for them so that they can also enjoy the law school experience. Because of their delay in reopening, we had to actually find a different way of accommodating them and find a way of making their law school experience very, very interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So this one, I'd like to dive into your personal life. Some of us are wondering, for someone who likes to go to the gymnasium, he would obviously be like, that person who would be having some chicks around.
What?
I mean, you're a Muslim and it would be normal to have more than one person in the future.
That is marriage, that's different.
Yeah, so then in the initial stage...
Well, if you are saying if I'm a Muslim, the more likely thing you should know is that I'm probably not dating. Because, we don't do dating, we marry. So maybe, I'm looking for a wife. When I get a wife, I'll get married. So
that's what you're doing now? You're looking for a wife now?
Yeah, I'm looking for a wife, yeah.
Oh, so you've not...
Maybe for a long-term plan, not like I'm going to marry next year, no. Or next 2 years, no. But for a long-term plan, Yeah,
so ladies and gentlemen, he is not dating, but if he finds that person, it's long-term, right? Okay, so is there any final words of encouragement, advice on financial education, study techniques, anyone who wants to vie for an LSU executive position?
For when it comes to the executive position and vying for it, I think come forward, bring your foot forward. It is not so difficult and time consuming as you think it might be. Yeah, it is time consuming, but not so time consuming. We have a lot of committees which will help you in your work. So come forward. It's also a great learning process. You learn more about these positions, and it will help you later in your life. That is what I can say. When it comes to something small, I want everyone to take away is opportunities don't just happen. They come though, but they don't just happen. Opportunities will actually make sense when you are prepared towards them. So when preparations meet opportunities, then there's success. But if you haven't prepared, no matter what kind of opportunity that comes your way, you're not actually going to utilize it that much. That is actually a thing that I have learned, because some opportunities has came bypass me. I couldn't really utilize them because I wasn't prepared. So I will see that if you are looking for opportunities, maybe let's say you are looking at, maybe you just came in year one, you want to participate in some activity, you want to travel, get a travel experience in the university, get a passport. You don't know where you are going.
Some of us, we don't really have that base. Get a passport. The money.
It's not that much. The passport is less than 500 cedis.
Aside the passport, securing what?
So just have a passport there, so that at least if you get any opportunity coming your way, you can utilize it.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about your experience outside with the current secretary of the LSU. I wanted to ask, but anyway, that's for a later day.
I think time is fast, right?
Yes,
so yeah, I think when the secretary comes here, then you can ask him, because he's the embodiment of the entire LSU experience.
Right.
So he will actually give you more insight about his experience.
Yeah. Right.
So if you want something, you are looking at something, just prepare for it. You don't have the means, but prepare. It is very important that you prepare, because sometimes things come your way. If you are prepared for something, you'll be able to take advantage of them. But if you fail to prepare, you're actually not going anywhere.
Or maybe if you have the opportunity to utilize whatever you have around you, do so.
So more like prepare. That's all.
Prepare now. When you get the money later, then you do the other things. When you get the support later, do the other things. Thank you. Please, this one you have to mention your name again so that.
So the name is Abubakar Sadick Ali. Yes, right. Yes. But you can say Abubakar Sadick Ali. Yeah,
can I just say Sadick Ali, please?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sadick Ali, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. It's been such a wonderful experience having you on set. Honestly, I've enjoyed. Oh, it's true. I've enjoyed sitting here talking to you, cooling off some tension and those other things. Once again, this is the Leader Circle. Our executive for the day was Sadick Ali. My name is Martina Irasu Salifu. Thank you.